to the Untold, where we have amazing guests, amazing stories, and Ahmed, today
We have a part two of a very special episode. I think a lot of people wanted to hear more from this man.
I wanted
He
to
has a
hear
lot
more.
to say, and we got to know him on a personal level today.
First time.
Yeah, for the
Yeah.
first time he's ever been interviewed in this format. But this time we're going to get into the world of
AI.
cyber security, AI,
And I have a few questions.
and
to
you have a
make
lot of
on his
questions, it
behalf.
feels like.
Almost.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna use this chance, and I'm gonna ask him about it later.
All right.
So anyway, let's not delay the interview.
Yeah.
And we'll be right back after the break.
We're back on the show, welcoming back our guest for a part two. We rarely do this. That means we loved you last time.
Thank you
We
very
want to
much.
hear more from you.
Thanks a lot.
Dr. Anwar
Alharbi.
Alharbi, welcome back to the show, of course. We
Thanks.
got to know you on a personal level last time.
Yes.
We heard some amazing stories you might have never shared before.
Indeed.
You know,
Yes.
we were very intrigued by your martial arts, you know,
Abilities. It was
abilities.
incredible, honestly.
And what a life you had. back
Well, it was
there.
a challenging life, as a matter of fact. And you mentioned the martial art.
Yeah.
Because it happens that I was in the college where I was. You see, they were purely British there, and they were non-foreigners. They not much there. You see, so it is an environment. So I had to do. Sometimes someone or two of the students. Sometimes they say, "What?
Right.
Where are you from?" And this. But normally this. It was a good educational field and
It was just one, two bad
yeah, yeah,
students.
oh, yeah. Other than
course,
that,
of course.
it was. I'm very proud, quite honestly, to have been there and got my certifications there with
Absolutely.
A-level grades,
Right.
and so this made me confident in carrying on my education with full speed.
Absolutely. And now you're here. We're going to talk about
Something different.
something different.
Yeah, we're gonna
Your
talk about
field,
something you're special
right?
in.
We're going to get into the field that you've studied, and even I would consider a pioneer in Kuwait. Cybersecurity,
Yes.
right? We're going to talk about cybersecurity, IT, AI world. There's a lot of things to discuss.
Digital transformation.
Exactly. So let's start with cybersecurity and how it changed and evolved over the years from your experience.
Cybersecurity is a big challenge if you deal with anything connected to the internet.
Absolutely.
Anything connected to the internet has an IP,
True.
and anything has an IP is hackable. So this is a fact of life.
Okay.
If you are connected, any device connected to the internet, it is hackable. Due to this fact, because there are some numbers, some holes, ports in this. So the fact that we are connected, we need to be connected, we love to be connected, we cannot live without connecting.
Right.
Can you imagine yourself nowadays without internet for 2 hours or 3
Yeah, I
hours?
think when the
It's gonna be
internet goes
hard.
out, everyone freaks out.
It
You
does.
remember,
Everyone
you remember
freaks
when
out.
the WhatsApp was out and everybody
Yeah,
was
yeah.
becoming a sad, huh?
Yeah,
And then
they make
turned-
you feel like WhatsApp is the only way to message someone.
And yeah, then they turn to Telegram and then
Yeah,
they try to
yeah.
other means. But at the end of the day, it was so much involved in our
Yeah,
lives.
it is, it
And we
is.
never realized until it was cut off for a while, for some reasons.
Yeah.
And then we realized that we are really addicted to it somewhere, one way or the other.
Why do you think humans have become so attached to their devices?
I think because the real nature of people to be socialized with others. You cannot be isolated.
Right.
You see, the fact if you want to punish somebody, you put him in a prison.
True.
And
You
because
isolate
you want to
them.
cut him, you want to cut him from life. You see, that's the biggest punishment.
Right.
So although we always and I will always advise our kids not to be isolated by these
Right.
smart
But at the
devices.
same time, these devices create antisocial behaviors
Exactly.
because of how the phones are being used.
It is. It is
Exactly.
weird. I
Where-
mean, they are
yeah.
for socializing, but they create that.
Exactly.
Right.
Some sort of
Antisocial, yeah.
isolation.
Yeah.
They
it-
create some sort of isolation.
And this generation would hate if you called them. If you call them, they freak out. I don't want to have a conversation on the phone.
It's,
They're so antisocial to that point
I'm not one of those people.
because you're not from that generation.
Okay, you're talking about like,
specifically about
yeah,
Gen
born in
Z,
2000.
Gen Alpha. It's in a whole different realm they live in, and they're so antisocial.
Can you believe it? If you, I mean, this is our kids. I see them with the iPad and these smart devices. If they want to sit on the table for a lunch or something, they cannot eat only with these devices.
Yeah,
Can you believe it?
they need the tablet.
True.
They need the
The
YouTube
tablet?
video on.
Come on, this is. But
Well-
if you take it out of them, they will be upset.
Tantrum. They would throw a tantrum.
Yes, then they
Yeah.
will become a cross, and then you cannot control it.
I used to do the same with TV as a
But
kid.
is it the parents who started this for their children? The children didn't ask for it out of nowhere.
Ahmed,
It's a tool that's used by the
no,
parents.
it's uncontrollable. You cannot control.
Uncontrollable,
No.
yeah.
Yesterday I was in a conference, or 2 days ago. I said that you are in a technology world where you cannot challenge it. You cannot ignore it. You have to live with it. Living with it means you have to do some sort of customizations, perhaps some sort of regulations, because we have to update ourselves, educate ourselves, rather than going to the hard side or hard talk and then punishment. We go back now to this fact that the cybersecurity. Cybersecurity started in the early 90s, perhaps, and late 80s. Of course, you remember the dial-up. You got those days of the dial-up when you went to
Yeah,
connect.
yeah,
You lived
I
those
do.
hard times. You
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, but this was very simple and basic. That wasn't much into it. The internet then only websites.
It was just the startup.
The
of the internet.
websites
Yeah.
only. The mainly websites.
Yeah.
So
Emailing back and forth. That's about
That's
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Go.
if I'm gonna talk about hacking, I've been through a situation once where, through my friend's Instagram account, she sent me a link, vote for me, whatever. And then I opened that link, and then I almost got hacked through my Instagram. That I actually had to change the password and everything, and I realized her Instagram was hacked, and I was
When
worried
you
about.
opened the link and it told you to log in, did you log in?
It says put your password
Instagram password.
and
and that.
Instagram.
Did you give them that?
I did. That was my. I never been hacked. I never been through this situation before, so I
was
didn't
in the
know.
same situation as she was in. Someone texted me the same way, vote for me. I thought it was very weird.
Because-
but I'll play along. I clicked on the link, but from the link I can tell the interface of the login for Instagram and Facebook on that site looked off. It didn't look
No,
legit.
the one that was sent to me looked
Then what
legit.
did you do? What did you do?
I just closed out and I contacted the person.
Yes.
I was like, "Are you hacked?" And she was like, "Yes, I'm hacked."
No, the weird thing is, the person who sent me that link is actually a friend I haven't seen in ages ago,
Yes.
The
and
person
she's
that
not
sent
even
me-
in Kuwait.
The person that sent me a link is someone we interviewed.
Oh, okay. So what am I supposed to do in that situation?
Well, this is very important discussion because many people felt victims to such situations. Unfortunately, we felt because sometimes you get these emails, this phishing they call this,
And it looks so official, looks legit.
and it is a scam. It is, but there is difference. Perhaps one letter, one number.
Yeah.
It is hard.
You can
to-
Nobody
always
really
tell.
looks
You can
into
always
it.
tell.
Yes, I mean,
For the untrained eye, yes.
Are you a trained eye?
but the thing
This is the trained eye right here.
Well, this is the thing. I see, because even me, I mean, I'm getting some emails from postal, something similar to the well-known, you see, names for posting for postal services, but I realized I never had any parcels.
Right.
Why should I get this?
Why?
Yes.
Exactly.
And then there is, as you mentioned, perhaps, and then they are coming to a new trick that is vote.
Yeah.
Vote for me.
Vote.
Then if there is a survey, I am addicted to surveys because I love my research that was on surveys. So I thought, well, I don't know these guys. Why I never contacted them. You see, it's an eye browsing thing to fall into it. Of course, because I was into the field, I knew there were some fishy things about it. But not everybody, I mean, you are in here and well educated, yet you were almost being victimized.
Targeted,
Yes.
yeah.
We're born into technology and we still get played.
targeted.
Yes,
So-
but the only thing is, first of all, quite honestly, it depends on the personal culture, personal attitudes. If, for example, now, just yesterday in one of the WhatsApp group, don't reply to this guy because his account was hacked, for example.
Yeah.
Just 2 days ago in one of the groups I was.
Yeah.
And so it means, you see, the fact we have to say this is to put the floor right. We are targeted in our countries, especially in the Gulf, by I think it's an organized crime by people, because by the fact that you transfer money, give me your OTP,
Yeah.
and this sometimes look okay to these uneducated people, perhaps, or old people.
Right.
And
They
then-
always target old
Have you seen
people,
those
yeah.
videos where they actually video call you with like a police suit and
Yes.
That's
and
next
show me your
level.
ID?
That's
No,
next
it's
level.
true. And
Yeah.
he would wear a police suit or like whatever. It's like, show me your ID, give me your OPT
The
number.
most
You're under arrest.
Exactly. The dangerous thing is that, I personally had been in a situation where whenever I do transactions, bank transactions, I receive a call. It's like a robot call. Somebody called, a lady or whatever it is, that you have not been updating your information. Now you will be like arrested, or you have to be. Come on. How do they know I had
Right.
updated my transactions? That means there is an insider in the bank.
There's an insider in the
So
bank.
this is the most dangerous. You see, the insiders, because they know everything going on.
Inside
How do we
jobs
solve
happen
this?
in cybersecurity.
Or how do I protect myself?
No,
as
this
a-
is one thing. We'll come to this. Protecting is, of course, there are a few things. There are a few procedures.
Do we still use antivirus software?
We need to use antivirus.
Really?
But it is not only viruses. It is not a question of now of
Yeah,
virus.
it's not viruses anymore. You need to
No,
worry
no,
about.
yeah, that was the old-fashioned
that's
of it.
old-fashioned.
But it is there, the viruses.
Right.
But now, about, for example, the links. How do you know this is a scam link and this is a
Legit.
legitimate?
I have a
legitimate-
technical question.
Yes.
Is there such a link that once you open it,
Mm.
it attacks you, it steals your information?
Yes.
Is there such a link that can do
Yeah, and
that?
there is a cure for this. There is a software which will check your this link.
Right.
So there has to be you ask me how to protect myself. There are softwares, you see, to protect you from those. Every source of threat has to be dealt accordingly.
Right.
For example, the emails. You need to check, and this email protector, let us say, is there. This software is there to tell you, and then you have to test this email. For example, in the workplace I used to work, they announced that we are going to install this software. So please be careful. You must know how to use it. The fact you have to educate the people, the
Right.
employee, because you have for example, 5,000 people in the place, or 500 or 1,000. How to use it is another thing. So it is a process of educating from the organization or the entity itself, the government, let us say, or whatever it is, even the private sector. And then we have to take people to be educated on to protect themselves. For example, somebody in the ministry here, sometimes they go to buy from unknown sources,
Right.
and they disclose their the bank's details, the credit card
Right.
details, and then this is dangerous. This is a threat if you don't know,
Right.
because by the fact that you disclose, unless that it is a prepaid, you put, for example, 100
Right,
KD
right.
there in the.
The good thing about credit cards, they're insured. I don't know about the ones in Kuwait, but most of the world, the bank has your back. That's the
Yes.
beauty of a credit card.
Yeah, but still, I don't want to be falling into the
Right,
trap
right,
of
right, yeah.
being utilized and misused by these guys.
Absolutely.
You
And
see.
sometimes they even send you links. Have you seen those links where you're supposed to pay for something and then
Well, you never even ordered something.
precisely?
My favorite scam is the African king writing you an email to
Oh.
share inheritance money.
Oh, this is.
Do you remember that one?
This is 20 years ago.
20 years ago, I know, but
20
that's my
years.
favorite one. There's an African king talking to me.
Wanting to share his money.
No, this is a story. I received this I think 1 or 2 months ago. That one of your relatives died,
Okay.
and they hold the same family name, and that which selected you because you are the most eligible for getting the heritage.
You're like, who died?
I never exactly.
No one died.
I never knew who died. You see,
Right.
to start with. So, and this is one. Quite honestly, this is dangerous because it is not far from here.
Yeah.
It is in the coast of the Gulf, so a country. Anyway, and then they tried many times, and they said, well, this. And this is criminal. I mean, to have such a big amount. They say, I don't know. They were talking about millions of US dollars.
Of course, yeah.
And
there's
you never think,
millions.
because somebody is an employee or somebody, whatever you do, your income will never reach to 1 million,
Yeah.
perhaps, and then you are people.
For the average person, yeah.
Person, and then this is a source of questioning from the security forces here that, what are you doing? Where are you? So we quite warn people not to fall into this trap, because they do this. I mean, this is money laundering.
Yeah,
This is
it is
criminal.
another form of money
Yeah, yeah.
laundering,
So
absolutely.
we have to be careful. Another thing is that also we have to protect our mobiles for ourselves. We have to be very careful about how to use our mobiles, not let in. We need to change the passwords every now and then. Also disconnect the mobile, the laptop for a while, because disconnecting also means that they are going to send a new cookies. Perhaps they send a small.
Yeah, cookies all the time. Do you accept cookies?
I
I'm like,
always not
reject.
accept cookies.
Yeah.
Always reject. Go out of my way to.
I
Exactly.
accept a few at first, and then I was like,
Unless I know the source. I know the source of these cookies.
Right. If you trust the website.
Yeah, if I trust the
might be
website,
fine,
the
right.
source,
Yeah.
yes, I accept, because sometimes it has some sort of features.
Yeah.
Extra,
Not
enhanced
all
features.
cookies are bad.
Not all cookies, but as the one we eat.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some of the tasty ones.
And some are gonna give
Chocolate
you
cookies.
diabetes. But how about we take a break and continue the conversation right after this?
so we're back again with our guest, and before we go on a break, we were talking about cookies, like internet cookies, not your usual way you eat cookies. What are cookies anyway, and why do they even exist?
Yes, this is very important. Cookies are a small software programs are sent by somebody, some sources like the websites, an application, and these cookies, they look like innocent programs. Most of them, we don't know what they do exactly inside, but they get control of your laptop, of your smart device or website.
They can obtain information.
Get
Lots
lots
of
of
data,
information.
lots of data.
Lots of data, sometimes even tracking. Yes.
What?
Yes. This is
They're gonna get the location. and all that
location,
stuff.
contacts, emails, contents, everything. All your movement are recorded there. Especially, I mean, if it is because there are different level of cookies also. But I think this is very dangerous to people to accept cookies without them knowing, of course, the source. Some good company, big, well-known companies, they don't risk their names. But in the normal way, when they say to you, our website use cookies, and you don't know, this is the first time you enter this one. The cookie is a software will be installed in your PC, for example, or in your smart devices.
Right.
This will be like connected and communicating with the sender. So now you are under surveillance.
So whatever websites I go through, whatever.
Wherever you
It's
do.
always a good option to.
Even like personal data on my phone, like photos and music.
Everything, even your conversation, your telephone calls, everything is recorded.
Yeah.
Because it is sent there. And you never know.
Do you believe in end-to-end encryption in the apps?
I believe in end-to-end encryption. Yes,
Okay.
this is declared officially
Right.
by WhatsApp, for example.
So if I did accept cookies before, is there a way to remove them out of my phone?
Well, this is another thing.
They make it hard. They make it hard. At the beginning, when they give you the options, it's always difficult to choose the one where it
Exactly.
doesn't give them any kind of access.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, you have to do some sort of searching first of all, and sometimes you have to use an application to clean up your mobile or your laptop or your smart devices. They will tell you, because it is not a manual job to do it. You see, they have something. Will tell you that there is a fishy thing in your computer. This is a software. I personally developed an application called Q8 spyware, which is anti-spying, which tell you if there is an application which you didn't download or you don't want. It tells you how much data sent and received at what time, and it is about the bytes.
I need to download that.
Well, this is this is another question, but they talk about bytes, how many bytes sent Normally we download.
Okay.
But if you are under tracking or any cookies,
Surveillance.
then it will be of how many data, how big data is sent in the bytes, megabytes, gigabytes. So it means you are under threat or under surveillance. You have been connected to other websites. Of course, this is not an easy thing. I mean, this is an important question because, many people don't know. I mean, if their mobile is being hacked or being spied on by other third party. And these are one of the things that we have to be very careful. And also, sometimes, the fishy thing is that when you say, I want to download a software that to protect my mobile, well, it is this software, if you don't know the source, could be the source of infection, source of, getting the data out. And so we always recommend and advise people not to go to any application you don't know. You have to look who is the creator and the rating and the people and the comments. Get the feeling, get this practice, and especially if you don't know the source.
Okay, now let's just get involved into the AI world. We've been
Right.
wanted to talk about this. So when you started, working in the whole electrical engineering
Yes.
field, did you imagine that AI would exist and it would have so much effect on us nowadays? It's basically everywhere.
Quite honestly, when I studied back then, it wasn't as advanced as now.
Right.
But it was there.
It was there.
AI was always there, it's
but
just
in a
how
primitive
advanced
way.
was it? Yeah.
It wasn't.
Primitive, okay.
Perhaps in science fiction films, you see. and
Science fiction, they
They are over putting some good other pictures than non-real pictures sometimes. But sometimes things start with science fiction,
Absolutely.
Yes.
I love science fiction.
Absolutely.
Yes, well, and some films, some
Right.
storytellers,
Right.
people, they
Especially
imagine.
in Star Trek, I would say.
Yes,
Back to the Future.
these are the things which they imagine, they think. There are futurist people, you see. The fact that we have some people, they have this experience, they can't foresee what is the future going to be. Anyway, going back to the AI. Some 10 years ago, I developed myself a Dama game based on AI.
Based on AI,
I,
that's
I,
true.
I could have seen then that the AI started to get a hold of most of the applications. So why not I develop this game? And I got this game. It was developed based on AI, and I got some prizes on this because it was a competition for. This is when I started my challenge with the AI business, and then I realized, well, this is going to be fun. For fun it was. I developed it for fun, but I realized it has been, as it is now, it is something amazing because now, when you say AI, it is artificial intelligence, it's mimicking the brain of the people.
True.
You see, when you say this, it's well, can you say, how can we do this? Yes, it is like algorithms programmed, and then the trees, nodes, and then there are so many theories into this, of course. And this, when you program it, it becomes very smart, very skilled to perform some jobs. Of course, sometimes repetitive jobs
Right.
could be done by the AI. Sometimes when you put these bots now, they call them bot.
Yeah.
Right.
The language model, these are ChatGPT.
ChatGPT.
So these are the forms, the new ones, which are really making life different from before, so that even in our daily life, you see, they are going to be, for example, now you have a surgeon using the AI.
Right.
Now
Okay.
they are diagnosing this with using the digital means.
How accurate is it?
The accuracy is very high. I was a moderator in a conference in the medical school here in Kuwait a year ago, and I realized a surgeon said that there was a surgeon called Da Vinci. This is a robot, by the way. Huh?
Yeah.
This robot, the Da Vinci, was used to make some surgical operations in Kuwait here, and he said that was almost 99% accurate.
Isn't it scary to, even
mean,
if it's 1%, come on,
Yeah,
it's
we can
surgery.
go on and on the benefits, but are the dangers of AI real?
Yes, they are.
What are the dangers?
Are we going to turn to iRobot anytime
Yeah, I
soon?
think there are benefits, a lot of benefits, of course, in the application for so many things, in education, in health. We mentioned
Yeah, so
this.
many benefits, but the dangers.
Yeah, there is some sort of ethical issues into this.
Ethical issues.
First of all, AI collect data from the internet, and this data
Absolutely.
sometimes is biased. Sometimes,
Yeah.
especially if it is politicized, and
Yes.
especially it depends on which region. But the fact that because we don't have an Arabic language of good databases, so it is also always
It's
from
gonna take
from the
the
west,
West, yeah.
so the scenarios are from there. They are well advanced in this. They create the data. They are producing this content.
Right.
So all the data collected from anything is collected from there. So this is one thing. The other thing, the threat or the ethical issue is that how far we are going to go with the AI. How many jobs we will lose.
Absolutely. This
Yes.
was a big thing for Hollywood.
Yes.
With the writers and the actors.
They say you are many people will be put off, let down.
Yeah.
And how can they live without this?
Yeah.
But because the AI, of course, there's another argument.
But technology did the same thing to so many menial jobs.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. That's but this is going to be affecting more because
Affecting
even
more, yeah. It's
even
gonna eat
Elon
up more
Musk the
jobs,
other
yeah.
said Elon Musk in a conference in London just a month or 3 weeks ago, he said that we will see many people laid off, and then we don't need people to go to work because they will work from distance, and then they can do this AI business because and he is threatening people, and he said he is afraid. He said we don't know where AI can do and can stop and can end. It will control. I mean, it will be it could be dangerous. You know why? Because it accumulates in knowledge. It's not one knowledge. It's a building up the knowledge. Building up the knowledge means the knowledge they have perhaps more than we have.
Oh.
Yeah. Now you can.
So they self-learn?
Yeah, self-learning. This is deep learning. They
That's
call
creepy.
this.
Deep learning.
Deep learning.
That's so
It's not creepy, it's technology. Get with it.
I mean, it's technology, but it's a creepy technology, though.
It is something. Then they learn and then they build the decision making. Of course, it could be enhanced, but if somebody wants to make it a criminal act, they
But
can do this.
How far are we gonna go with this?
The sky is the limit, is it? This is
That's
what
a good
I've-
answer.
And the sky's the
Good
limit means
diplomatic
that we
answer.
are gonna be,
Well, we have to
invaded.
educate ourselves.
Have you watched a movie called Surrogates? Surrogates?
I think
Bruce
I have.
Willis.
I
Basically
think I
living at
have.
home. A surrogate does everything else for you in the real world.
And why are we here? Why are we even? Why do we even exist as humans?
We're gonna play a video game at some point. The last question before we run out of time. What is the meaning of digital transformation?
In short.
This is in short, digital transformation means we change the way we fulfill the requirement for the jobs to be done. It used to be paper. Now we have to go to paperless offices through the full automation. And of course, with the educated people, with the skills they have to do, undergo skill training, roadmap, so that they can manage to do all the tasks through a workflow of digitized workflow. And this digitized workflow is meaning that from A to Z, from archiving, from moving, from electronic signature, from approving it, from sending it, G to G and G to C, whatever G to B. So these are all the types we have to use. And then this means that the full automation is done through the computer and through the networking, smart networking also with the smart devices. And of course, if we apply the electronic signature and authentications with the cyber security we spoke of, protecting our devices, I think this means we have to have all our services online, offered online on the websites of the e-government. And this is going to be, well, at the end of the day, the citizen satisfaction.
So, any advice you'd like to give to people, in this rapid,
Well, to be
world?
careful and to go, we encourage people to use technology, but of course with cautious and to be educating themselves, like these programs, to be careful and how not to be falling victims, to be utilized and then sending money here and there without
Right,
knowing
right.
it.
Happens especially to older people.
Yeah, don't send money to anyone, but you can send them some money to me if you want.
Or me, I'm okay. I'm open for donations.
Oh, yeah?
Anyway, it was amazing having you here.
Yes,
Honestly,
it was a
it's the
great
second time.
part, yeah.
I mean, we need to have an entire show with you about this.
I think
I
coming
would love-
soon he will have his own show, and you'll get plenty of
Yeah, I
AI.
mean-
But this is different.
cybersecurity.
This is a different style. I mean, me being interviewed,
True.
True.
exposing
Different
myself,
element
my
for
different
you,
live
yeah.
stages. I think this is interesting.
I think it's a great idea for the people to get to know you, the person,
Yeah, yeah.
and just to share your knowledge. You know, you have
And your
immense amount
story
of knowledge and
is
story.
incredible. So thank you for being here with us. It was amazing having you. Honestly, we need to have an
We need
entire
a whole show, but
And I think you're actually
you're
gonna have
actually
one.
having your own show running right now, Digital Talk.
Yes, yes. I'm thankful to the administration here and Kuwait Television and the KTV2 to be more specific. They offered this show and hopefully in January 2024 to start this show. So this is it. I hope that
It's
We
incredible.
wish you all the best of luck, and I think it'll be a tremendous show. Your great comeback to KTV is going to be amazing.
And you're one of the most amazing people we interviewed. Honestly, full
I
of
am,
surprises.
I am honored to be with you here today, and you quite
My
honestly, I told you what I never told before the people or never in my
That's
life.
the beauty of the Untold. You come here and you share Untold stories.
Exclusives.
Yeah,
exclusives.
it is. Thank you very much.
All
All
right.
right.
Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back for the wrap up. Well, that was fun.
It was incredible. I can't wait to see the show. I'm not gonna miss an episode.
Yeah,
honestly.
Digital Talk is going to be fun. Catch it on KTV2. It's all about cybersecurity, the AI world, everything in the world of technology. It's going
And
to be very good. And
we have to wrap up because
yes, we're running out of time.
we ran out of time.
We
But
ran out of time already.
he is amazing personality.
is,
he
he
deserves
is.
all the time.
Yes.
And that's it. We'll see you again next episode. Goodbye for now.
Good night.